God damn it.
Wait.
Did you get it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. What's up? Oh, dang, I kind of want this thing. I need to put my phone down.
What's up?
What's up? We're here. It's another week. It's the Mantuary Podcast. I think it's like the first time in like over a month that I remembered to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, or I guess probably like 4 episodes worth, because we definitely are not very consistent. Like,
Yeah, we did
things happen.
one episode in like the month of August.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were busy.
August
all the
was
time.
busy.
Yeah. It's like
True that.
end of summer stuff.
I know, it's September.
It is September. It's September 2nd. We got like 2 more weeks, and then it's going to start being fall. The mornings are starting to feel a little like fall. Like
Yeah,
I was able to
sweatshirt.
see my breath in the morning.
I wear a sweatshirt.
That's because you're a psycho.
Yeah, you're a fucking weirdo.
But
I'm a little cold right now.
but I was like I've been like warming my car up in the morning, so the windows are all defrosted and stuff.
Remote start
Nice,
is the business.
nice.
Whether it's hot or cold, because
AC.
yeah, I'll start my AC at work, and then by the time, like 10 minutes before I get off, and then by the time I get in my car, it's cooled off.
But what if you forget to turn your AC on?
I don't, because I always go in my truck at lunch, and it's already hot by lunch, and then I turn the AC on.
Yeah, that makes sense. Checks out.
Yep.
Yeah, we're getting to the weird point where we're getting like
5 moves.
the big temperature swings between morning and evening. Like the mornings are like 45 degrees, and then today was like 83. It's like a 40-degree swing throughout the day.
Fucking wild, dude.
So it's a big change.
The fucking public service announcement, though, for the city of Woodland. Everybody who wasn't
There's
here...
a public service announcement?
I have one.
Oh.
I'm making it up.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you said the city of Woodland.
No.
The PSA.
I have it for them.
Oh, okay. What's that?
Everybody who wasn't in this town 10 years ago needs to get the fuck out.
That is very true.
Because I am fucking tired of sitting in traffic to get home when it should only take me 3 minutes.
And like I was thinking today, me and Chuck were talking about it. I was like, how much construction can happen at one time in one town?
Now there's over by the fucking old high school.
Yeah, the old high school, they're doing something right there at that intersection.
The railroad tracks by my work.
Yeah, the railroad tracks just over the there. Like that's been pissing me off because like that takes up half my route, and like that's what was trash. It's like when cars, like I had to go test drive cars, but like the freeway was too backed up, so I couldn't get on the freeway. So then I had to go like up and down the quarter mile because that's the only place I can get up to like freeway speed, like anywhere relatively close. But then I would get stuck in fucking traffic trying to wait. The worst thing ever happened. I was at the thing and like the stop sign was on. As soon as they flipped it over to like slow so you could go around, fucking train came by, so that like the fucking thing went down. And I was like, well, this is weak.
Like I hate my life.
Yeah. That's super trash, and then and then I couldn't get out by that time because like there was enough of a line, like I couldn't, like there wasn't enough room for me to like back out and turn around and go try to find somewhere else to go drive the car. But so I went back to work, and then I had the test drive go. I was like, I don't fucking know. I was like, I'll wait later.
I don't fucking know.
They're like, why? I was like, well, I was stuck waiting in the construction traffic, and then as soon as I was starting to move, the fucking train came by. So then that happened, and then I couldn't get on the fucking freeway to test it. And Chuck's like, yeah, that sucks. I'm like, yeah, fucking tell me about it. It's like some fucking thing and only supposed to take like an hour and a half to do is taking like gonna be a total of like 2 hours because I would wait in traffic all day.
Yeah, it was shitty because like with the freeway being as bad as it was, I was like, I really don't want to go to Woodland at all for anything.
Yeah.
It's like it wasn't like so my coworker Jim, he lives in Vancouver and he's coming up and he said it's not too terrible because like once you get past the bridge, it's all gone. So like when you get on like
if you're in Woodland and you get on the freeway over there, it wasn't bad when I did it. Like there's a long ass fucking line behind me, but I went in front of all those people. But if you were coming from like Longview, it started in Kalama, so you would have been stuck in it the whole fucking time.
I went the back way last weekend, and there was a fucking semi with a 53-foot trailer that went the back way. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And there's just like a line of like 30 cars behind him because he's going like 10 up and down the hills. And some dude's just like laying on his horn. I'm like, dude, all you're doing is waking up everybody that fucking lives around here. Not gonna make a difference.
Yeah, freaking Green Mountain. Busy.
Yeah, it was shitty. Are they done now, or what's going
On
on?
the freeway? I don't know. It's been pretty clear all week. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
think they're you drove by.
Yeah,
You're
they
the only
weren't,
one you should
they
know.
weren't doing anything, but the cones and shit are still out. But Becca said the same thing. Like there wasn't any traffic or anything.
No, this week it hasn't been any. Like, I see it all the time, so I would see it get backed up. Like, so I can see the freeway
Yeah.
from work.
Same.
But so none this week. But I guess they're gonna start like doing other parts to the bridge, like
They're
soon.
gonna do the north side.
Yeah. There's that, and then they also said within the next, I think, 5 or 10 years, or 5 to 8 years, or something, is what someone was telling me from Richfield, is that those two bridges are just gonna get fully replaced within the next like 5 to 8 years.
Oh, that'll be a fucking nightmare.
Yep.
At least the northbound side, I don't think will affect us at all. Because by the time people that are backed up get to us, they'll be moving again. So
People will probably still
nobody's
go
gonna
back
try to
way.
get off. But that's okay because it's controlled by a light.
Yeah.
And if enough people go the back way, then that gets really fucked up too. Because I got off in La Center to go the back way once when there was an accident, and I was not one of the first 100 people
You're
that
like,
did
I
it.
got an idea.
Like a mile away from AM/PM, I got stuck in traffic light traffic because of it.
Yeah.
Which is dumb because people should know you could just go through AM/PM. 100 IQ.
Only if you're going right.
Wait, 100 IQ is not very good, is it?
No.
That is about 100 IQ statement.
It is.
I mean, if you're going right, that's a great idea.
Uh,
You could technically do it if you go left too. Just turn right out of AM/PM, go in the shell, and turn back around.
Yeah, but if the light is red, that means that there's probably cars going this way, so you'd have to wait for them to go by AM/PM anyway. I think that's like a 60 IQ statement.
so you're just gonna like plug up AM/PM's
Yeah.
like business all day too, because you're
Not
gonna.
if I'm the only one who does it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure some people did, but that same thing has happened to me before.
Not
too.
only is traffic a nightmare, but I feel like the last 3 or 4 months, like a bunch of stupid people just decided to start driving or something.
School started.
like 2 days ago.
Yeah. I'm talking like since summer started, like all the idiots are out like
Well, I mean, the summer there generally is more idiots because there's a lot more people coming to town to use the lakes and stuff for the weekends.
I fucking
Which
guess,
is crazy
dude.
because Horseshoe Lake's not nice.
Well, there's also Merwin about 10 minutes up the river, and that's
Yeah,
really nice.
Merwin's nice.
And I think a lot more people go there than Horseshoe. And Horseshoe's always packed, but so is Merwin.
Yeah, I know. Horseshoe.
Then a lot of people go up past that too to like Yale and Spelia and stuff.
Yeah, I probably don't get that many people up there.
Well, they just
Not
need to go
out
drown in the
towners.
ocean.
You'd be surprised.
Really?
Yeah, if you go to like Yale, there's like literally you can't park anywhere. Like literally just like full of people.
I've only been to Yale, like the Yale Lake or whatever, a couple times, and there's like never been anyone there.
Oh well, you've been there.
And it was nice.
You've been there a couple nice lucky times. Yeah, it's always slammed. One time me and Kyle went like last summer or the summer before. We drove like way upriver to he wanted to like go take pictures of his car. I was like, this is such like a weird Northwest person thing. So you're gonna drive your like souped up sports car up into the middle of the woods to go take pictures of it,
Fuck yeah, bro. For
I
the
was like-
gram.
right? But so we were up there though, and it's just like non-stop people the whole time. And I was just like, we're an hour like out of Woodland, like basically upriver, and it's still just like. It's like we made it to Cougar, and then like that's where we went to lunch. We went another like 20-30 minutes up, and there's still just like people passing us nonstop as we're like parked in this one spot trying to like get a picture of Kyle's car.
This is the last episode where we don't do picks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I did like 4 mock fantasy drafts today just to get my itch in. One team was fucking stacked and it was lit.
How many people were in the league you were mocking?
I did like a couple 10s, a couple 12s. 12 people in the league, like your teams.
It gets tough in the back
Yeah.
half.
Yeah.
You're fucking starting slot receivers and shit.
Yeah. One league I had Aaron Jones and Ezekiel Elliott and Amari Cooper. I was like, fuck. And I think I got Dak in that one too. but I think I fucked up my later half of the draft because I got Dak so early, or I took a quarterback early.
Yeah, unless you're getting like one of the top 3 like super scoring quarterbacks, it's like you usually don't have to get them in like the first few rounds.
I was trying to see like when about Travis Kelce was going, because he was like 7th or something, like projected points or some shit, like however they do it on ESPN. Yeah. And a lot of people were going, it was mostly McCaffrey was number 1, and then it was like Kamara or Dalvin Cook, and then like the 4 spot, it was whoever was left over. No, it was, I don't remember.
Didn't Dalvin Cook get hurt again?
I don't think so.
Oh, I hope not. He's pretty good.
I saw that.
He only plays for the Vikings, so fuck him. But
they're terrible anyway.
That's true.
Yeah, I saw. What's his name? CD Lamb was on like the COVID protocol list, but now I think he's off of it. When I started my mock fantasy drafts, he was on it. It was saying he was out because of COVID protocols. But then at the end of the day, when I did like another one, he didn't have an out thing next to him, so I don't know.
Weird.
I miss playing. And it's only been a year.
Wasn't this going to be the 2nd year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only been 1 season that we didn't play.
Oh. I just like the drafts.
The drafts are definitely the best part.
Those were the best of the Sunlight ones because like we all got together.
We did it in person, yeah. I always wanted to do that in the ones that we were with friends, but
we did it a couple times.
Well, yeah.
Not on like the big board or anything.
The board one was cool when we did that.
Yeah, except it took fucking 7 hours.
Yeah, but it was fun.
But that was mostly because of fucking Jake and Dan being hammered. That was the one at Chris Reynolds' house. That took forever. Were you a part of that one?
Yeah, I was talking about the one when we were at Jake's house.
That one didn't take that long.
Yeah, that was on the board too.
Yeah. Yeah, that one didn't take that long because everybody like had to drive home. When we were at Reynolds' house, fucking Reynolds got hammered. I think Jake and Dan had like rides, so they got fucking hammered, and I was like 19, so I couldn't even drink. I was like,
they all kept taking smoke breaks too.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, God damn, man, I want to go home.
Yeah, me, you, and Brad were like, seriously, just fucking pick the rest of my team. And it was like big teams too, because that was like super flex. Like, oh no, it was double quarterback and a flex and all this shit, and a defensive player. I don't think we did the regular defense. No, we had a linebacker, a defensive back, and then a flex defensive spot where you could pick like any defensive player.
Yeah, that's a lot of shit going on.
With like fucking 7 hammered 38-year-olds.
Yeah, it's not good.
No, it took 8 hours.
But yeah, no, I actually I don't miss it. I don't know.
You're just like Patrick.
Yeah, at least I don't sound like I'm depressed though. I just like whatever.
I don't get why you guys don't think it's fun.
I don't know. I just
I mostly just care about the drafts, and that's about it.
Then I try to win money.
Yeah, then I try to win. That's about it. But the most fun was probably the Sunlight Leagues, and then when we even like did like the whole, if you trade, it's $1 per player you trade away or some shit. So then the pot was actually pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
But
yep, the problem with the
I think
league,
I came in last.
Our leagues, was that like nobody ever traded or wanted to do anything like that. Everybody just fucking, and it was like, well, shit.
Yeah, I could basically trade with like you. Patrick would trade. I think me and you made
me
a
and
few
you
trades.
always tried to make some trades.
But yeah, like you couldn't try to trade like Joe. You couldn't try to trade Seth. You couldn't try to trade Steven. You couldn't try to trade Cody. Because Cody was like, oh, I got Seattle's second string running back. I'll give him to you for fucking Devontae Adams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, the fuck?
And then he's like, well, they always get touches because they split the load evenly. It's like, well, yeah, but
that's bad.
That's
That's bad.
That's bad. And it's like, and you're also trying to get like a top 5 or top 3 receiver in the league.
Fuck.
But yeah, not a lot of people wanted to do that, and then I don't know.
Because trading was like the most fun part after the draft.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, I don't remember who exactly the players were, but me and Jake Perez had like the craziest trade ever. And I think it fucked me over, and it ended up like winning him the shit. Because I traded away like Andrew Luck and like a running back, and I got like Julian Edelman, like a decent, like, and like 2 pretty good running backs, and like as soon as I got them, they all just shit the bed, and I was like sick. And then Andrew Luck was like one of the top performing quarterbacks that year, and I was just like, damn it.
Yeah, the craziest thing that ever happened to me in fantasy was actually like the last year that we played, and that's for whatever reason, Brett, Patrick's uncle, just like dropped Saquon, and I picked him up on waivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he jumped the gun on that.
Yeah.
To be fair, it did sound like he was going to be out for the rest of the season, but then
And
it
then
was
turned out
like,
to be 3 weeks.
just kidding, guys.
Yeah,
I'll be back.
It's like, don't worry, I'm a superhuman. Y'all forgot.
And then you fucking smoked everybody until you got to the championship.
Lost
game.
2 games the whole season.
I lost 1 game the whole season, like the last year we did it. Who beat me in the playoffs? I think Dad knocked me out.
I don't know.
And I ended up coming in 3rd. I didn't make it to the championship.
Well, if you came in 3rd, you lost to me or Mike.
Yeah, because I got second.
Because we were 1 and 2.
Yeah, I didn't lose like a whole regular season game.
That was funny.
Yeah, I lost the first game of the year, then I lost the championship game. I think they were to both you, too.
I only beat you once.
Okay.
We played 3 times, and the first 2 times, one of the times I would have beat you if I put somebody else in, and then there was stat correction one of the times too. It's fucking bullshit. And then I just obliterated you in the playoffs.
Yeah, and then the playoffs. It's like the worst game I played the whole year is the championship game.
I'm pretty sure Dad beat me, and then I just beat everybody in the losers bracket to come in 3rd. Because I never played you guys in the playoffs.
But if you lose once in the playoffs, you can't get to 3rd.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, because you go all the way. You keep playing. It's another bracket.
Yeah, but there's only like 4 weeks of playoffs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dad beat me, and I got money, so I know I placed like 3rd, because I'm pretty sure and I won money. I didn't just get my money back.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Because
2 years ago.
Patrick gave you the money to give back to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure Dad's the one that took me out.
Well, if you got 3rd, that was only getting your money back. We only did top 3.
I got money. I don't know.
Well, if you get your money back and you got 3rd.
Fucking won every single game.
Yeah.
I logged in. My team name was still the Hot Chub Time Machine. I was like, fuck yeah.
That's right. Oh yeah, classic fantasy. But yeah, it's gonna be back to where we'll be making picks again next week and have sports stuff to talk about for like half the time probably.
At least. Yeah, we don't even talk about Warzone anymore because we haven't played it in 2.5 weeks.
I watched Tim play because Tim streams on YouTube.
YouTube, yeah, that sucks.
YouTube's better.
I never watch anybody game on YouTube ever.
That's because the people you watch stream don't stream on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I watched him and he streams on YouTube. Well, I don't really watch him anymore because he doesn't play Apex. But it's like higher quality and like everything on YouTube.
But they don't, Like, their app is just YouTube. They don't have a...
Yeah, you just search for...
Yeah,
You should go to their channel.
That's weak.
It's the same as Twitch.
It's too much. I don't like YouTube.
And you subscribe to their channel, and it gives you, like...
Could have been worse. Could have went to Facebook.
Yeah, fuck that.
I don't... Like, who plays... Zealander is a Facebook streamer, right?
No, he's YouTube.
Is he?
Hmm.
Who's Facebook?
I don't know.
That's big.
I
Played with Huskers.
don't know.
I could have swore it was Zealander.
I'm pretty sure he's YouTube.
I don't know. So he won't... Well, not that he ever did any of the Twitch fucking...
He did a couple, like,
tournaments.
Twitch rival type shit. But he had played with Doc today, Dr. Disrespect. And he hasn't got to because he's banned on Twitch for still, like, no one knows why.
So he can't even be in a game of somebody that is... That's stupid.
Yeah. That's why so many people are just pissed off and like, what the fuck is this?
I saw a thing that said he was like in the middle of like a lawsuit against Twitch because like the reason they gave him for like why they banned him is like it doesn't like go against their terms and conditions or whatever.
And he like a lot of people are saying because like he was like live streaming. This was like 5 years ago or some shit. Live streaming like in an airport or some shit, and his cameraman followed him into the bathroom, and they videotaped somebody in the bathroom. Not like going to the bathroom, just someone in the bathroom.
Right, that's like against the law.
Yeah, and which he was like, yeah, I fired my cameraman. Like, I didn't tell him like follow me in here.
Right.
Like he just did it, and he still streamed for like 2 years after that, and then all of a sudden Twitch was like, hey, your channel's gone. I don't know.
Stupid.
Yep. But I like YouTube streaming. It's especially because I have premium, so I don't get ads anyways. But yeah, there's like, I mean, Nick Merckx is like the biggest streamer on Twitch now.
Wasn't he?
Well, yeah, but like viewer wise, it was always like Nick Merckx was like 48, Tim was like 30s. Like high 20s. Now like nobody is there.
Swag's close to 30 every night, but I think that's because
he's the only one at night.
Not a lot of people play at night.
I know Symphony's gonna have a freaking heart attack because whenever Tim gets on, that's usually when Symphony gets off because like a lot of his that's why he streams at like 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So now he'll just like he might be able to have like a normal schedule.
Maybe. I could see those viewers splitting between him and Teep, though.
Yeah, him, Teep, Cloaksy will probably get some more. I've been watching Tom a lot, too. His name's 72 Hours. He was, like, a big Fortnite streamer, but him and Cloaksy are, like, pretty good friends, so they always play the same game together, but they haven't been playing Apex either. They were for a long time. And they always played with Nick, so I always like just watch those 3 guys because Tom's funny as fuck. You'd probably like him actually, but he's been playing a lot of Warzone. Anyways, the point. I watched Tim today, and that's the first time I've watched like Warzone, and I'm just like, this game still is exactly the same as it was.
I watched a little bit of a couple tournaments that went on this week that Huskers was in, but
it's boring.
Me.
I can't like watch it.
I mostly just watch when he's playing with like Unrational or dudes or something because it's funny.
Yeah, that's why I watched him because Dr. Disrespect is hilarious, and they were playing with Courage and Dr. Lupo because Dr. Lupo's on YouTube now too. So it was like the whole YouTube like big streamers or whatever were like all playing together, and I was like, cool. But Courage plays a lot of Apex. He's an Apex predator. But everyone's like pissed off at him because he played with like pros and shit. To like, and they're like, oh, you got carried to Apex Predator.
Who cares?
Yeah, but
it's a rank in a video game.
And he's actually like really fucking good. Like he played, like you could totally see how good he's gotten at the game because now he has like another account where he's only solo queuing, and he's like trying to get the Masters. He's like diamond. He got the diamond, so he's almost there. Like yesterday, and that's like literally playing with random people every single time. and there was like a 2-hour period where he was playing, where he either got no teammate, one of his teammates were AFK, or one of them was just like fucking doing whatever the fuck they wanted.
We're terrible at Apex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're like pretty bad.
Yeah.
We won one. We've won
Yeah,
2 since we played.
Clutched
Though.
the shit out of one, but no, we won 3, at least 3.
I've won
The first day we won.
Yeah.
We won with Garrett,
Oh yeah.
and then you and I just won
That's because
yesterday.
Garrett's probably godlike.
He's good. He knows what to do. The biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
don't fucking.
No.
I try to play it like Warzone, and you can't.
Nah. It's all about positioning in that game.
Yeah.
Positioning,
Which is
and
how
then-
I won that game.
Yeah, and then when you
Yeah.
get your opportunity, like if you don't succeed in it, then you're toast.
Yeah.
Like because
If you miss shots, you're fucked. Because nobody misses.
I figured out how to.
Except for that last guy I was fighting. Because he fucking went so much.
I figured out how to like bob my head up and down like super fast. So now I win a lot more fights.
then you just click crouch.
Yeah, but I didn't have like there's a crouch hold and a crouch toggle for PC, and I didn't have my crouch hold on anything because I was using it like I would my Warzone binds. So I was trying to do it with X as my crouch, but I used this finger so I could only strafe one way because my other finger was on that. Now I have my alt as my hold. So I'll literally just like, I have to like touch it and my guy will go like super fast because as soon as I let go off the key, he'll come back up. So now I soloed, duoed a whole team by myself yesterday. I jumped on, I was like, I'm going to see what I can do of just by myself because I don't really want to queue in with a random team because I'm not good and I don't want to like fuck them up. So, but I went in and I fucking murdered a team, but then I killed the team. And before I could, like, do anything, another team was pushing me. And I was like, well, shit.
I'm starting to figure it out a little bit, but... And then I adjusted my controls, too. And since I did that a couple days ago, I'm way better.
Yeah. And they're taking out
I'm not
tap
good
strafing,
still, but I'm way better.
which controller players couldn't tap strafe anyways.
Right.
I turned on my auto sprint so I don't have to click the button. And that just makes you get away faster,
Yeah.
which helps a fuckload. I dialed back my FOV so that I could see things. That really
when you had your
helped.
FOV
Yeah.
slider up all the way,
I
it's
turned
like,
it down to 104, I think.
I'm
is
at
what it's
100.
Yeah, same.
I was going to do it at 100, but I went and slid it.
Like,
and it
everybody
just
is like this fucking big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you see
Definitely
it,
makes it a lot
and it's like
easier.
it's like oh, it's like an ant looking at me, and all of a sudden they just start shooting you.
Yeah.
And it's like Jesus Christ. It's like I can't even see where the fuck. It's like I would just see tracers coming at me because it's like the guy's as big as the tracer is.
Yeah.
And it turned up my ADS sensitivity so that it's easier to move the sight after the guy.
I had turned mine down. But
I
it's
mean,
different
you're
on
also, as I
mouse
say, you're on a
and
mouse
keyboard.
and like not a stick.
Yeah.
Well, I was watching like some people who are like really good at it, and like their sensitivity was like 400 DPI, which is like your mouse setting, has nothing to do with like the game. It's like a mouse setting, and then which is what I play at, and then their like sensitivity was like a 2.5, and mine was at like a 3. I'm like, no wonder. It's like this guy's like one of the best in the game, and he's like a fucking 2.3 or some shit, and I'm like, that's like a lot different. But yeah, I really like Apex. I'm addicted.
It's fun.
Yeah, my
I just
problem.
like how much you can do
Yeah.
in such a short period of time.
Yeah, and there it seems like there's like it's not get your loadout, use your meta gun. Get your loadout, use your meta gun.
Yeah,
You'll
there's
lose every fight.
There's
if you're
like
going
way
into
less
some meta.
guns, but it's like every gun is competitive if you
Yeah.
know how to use it.
Exactly. I don't know what I feel like. I just need to pick like a champion and stick with it, but I like to switch.
Right, as I said, that's like one problem that we have too. It's like we will like if you don't use like the person you always like main
Yeah.
with, it's like sometimes it'll like mess you up because it's so different.
I like Octane the most because I think like I like his movement because it's like more of what I'm kind of used to. I feel like, but at the same time, I use his movement to like get away, not push.
Right,
And you
that's
watch
the-
people play Octane,
Yeah.
and they're like super aggressive.
Yeah, and that's like the thing.
Yeah.
That's like most people's things. It's like it's meant for like aggression and not defense. Like a few of them are defense.
Caustic.
Caustic is defense, and Gibraltar is defense. But like the people that have like, it's like the bullet, like the people have like the bullets next to them. They're like soldiers, so they're meant to fight. Then the shield is defense, obviously, and then there's a couple other random ones.
One's like support, and I think that's what Lifeline is.
Lifeline,
And that's what I've been
support,
playing.
And then recon.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be a person that's special stuff like actually helped us, because I mean Octane's helps if you throw the jump pad and get out, but usually the team just follows you.
I like Octane because I don't have to worry too much about syringes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Revenants would help but like as soon as I throw that thing, they always see it and shoot it immediately.
I'm debating on the next one I unlock is either going to be like a Caustic or Revenant.
Caustic's okay, but I feel like every time I fucking throw the traps out, people run right by them and they don't go off. And it's like, what the fuck's the point then?
If you put them in front of a door, they can't open the door.
Yeah, which I did once.
Yeah, and then if they break the door down, they activate the trap. So.
But his like ultimate takes so long to get off that you have to like surprise people. Like if you're in a fight and you're like, shit, I need to throw some gas so that I can get out or hurt them while I'm shooting them, he'll die before you throw it.
Yeah, that's everybody's though. Bloodhounds is the same way. Because I'm like, I'm going to pop my ult and go push this team. And then he's like, well, fuck.
Right. And there's been another time like where I used Bangalore's thing too. It's like she pulls out her like airstrike grenade, like, she like flips it.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm in the midst of getting flipped, and like I'm just like, ugh.
I'm just gonna juggle this real quick while I'm getting shot in the face.
Yeah, I'm just like, God damn it.
Like Octane's is fast, but it's just a jump pad. Pathfinder's is fast, but it's just a zip line. Pathfinder, I would think I would really like, but I would have to like practice with him so much to be able to. I've started to get a little bit of it down.
Yeah, you like swing yourself.
Because I messed around with him in the firing range for like an hour one day. Oh, I didn't tell you about that. So I'm in the firing range with Pathfinder, and you know like the big skeleton thing that's like at the top of the map. So I was like trying to get on top of that with Pathfinder because I was just like, I'm gonna fuck around, and I figured out I could get up there. So I'm like probably messing with it for like 15-20 minutes, like, and I finally get up there. I'm like, oh, there's a little toy dinosaur up there too. It's kind of lit. But I was up there like messing around. Then I did like a zip line off of it, and I was just doing shit. And so I dropped back down there where the guns are, and there's a fucking hollow spray of a Octane from some random dude. Like you know those things you throw down that has like a picture of like their character. And like,
yeah.
And it was just like, do you want to like this? And I was like,
where did this even come from?
Yeah, like some dude joined my firing range game.
And then just like laid that and dipped.
Because I was like, I didn't have like my headphones on or anything because I didn't need to hear. I was like, I think I was like listening to a podcast or some shit on my phone, just fucking around. And I was just like, I put my headphones on and I was like, I can't even hear anyone walking. Like, where the fuck did this come from? It freaked me out. I was like, I gotta go.
That is weird.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know you could just... And it was just some random dude. No idea. I've never seen his name before. Creepy.
Yeah, now you're gonna start getting like texts and stuff. It's like, hey dude, it's like we were playing Apex together that one day, you remember?
Well, the weird...
Your name's Zach, right?
Exactly. You live here, don't you? What the fuck?
I'd be like, oh no. I'd be like, Becca, we have to move.
Yeah, we're leaving immediately.
That's one thing I hate about Xbox is that you just get fucking random invites from everybody anytime you play anything. And you can't turn it off. You can't make it to where you only get invites from your friends. Or at least I haven't figured out how to.
I don't think you...
And you can't delete messages without reading them. It's annoying. I don't want new friends. I have friends.
Hashtag no new friends.
No new friends. That is weird. I don't know.
Yeah. I want to like solo queue into shit because I have like the time I have to play is like, no, you guys aren't home from work yet. So I'm like, So I usually just like go in the firing range and like fuck around, but that doesn't help you that much.
Right.
But I'm like, I'm so bad, like I'd probably get cussed out.
Yeah, it'd be alright.
My bad, guys. Because I'd have to join in. I'd have to talk because it's a super like highly communication based.
You'd be like, I'm ass, just so you guys know.
Maybe I'll just pretend to be high all the time.
Just pretend to be a little kid.
Hey guys. No, I think that'd make it worse. If I was like, dude, I just drank like fucking 30 Millers, I'm fucking toasted, and they'd be like, oh, lit, dude. Maybe that's the ticket.
I don't know.
I need to try it because like when Courage is doing his like solo shit, I should try and like fucking stream snipe his game so I can get in. Because he was like, when he drops, he's like, oh, does anyone have a mic? Well, then they start talking. He's like, all right, just like everyone work together. Just like I'll like make call outs. Just like follow me and we'll win. And whenever the teammates do, they win. And so I'll just be like, teach me your ways, Dad.
He'd be like, how old are you, man? You'd be like, yeah, I'm 26. He'd be like,
I'm 27.
He'd be like, I'm 27. The guy'd be like, oh, well, I'm 18.
No, I think he's like 27 too. All the people I watch now, it's like, I think except like Cloaksy are like my age. Cloaksy's like 25. Cloaksy's first ever car is a McLaren.
What a douche.
Well, Tim's like whole thing was that he's like getting a Lambo. He like wanted to get a Lambo. And so he like did a bunch of shit and like he's like, oh, I can finally buy my Lambo. And so Cloaksy was like, well, I have like money. He's like, I want to buy a car. And he's like, but he's like, don't get a Lambo, like they're stupid. Cause he's like, that's like the stereotypical like YouTuber car, like that's what people who make it on YouTube, like they buy Lamborghinis. He's like, get like a McLaren, like that would be cool, cause McLarens are like pretty badass. He's
No,
like,
I think Lamborghini's cooler than McLaren.
I like McLaren.
Depending on the McLaren it is.
I forget. I don't know if I even like posted a picture of it yet.
He probably got like an MP4-12C.
I have no idea. I'd have to see if he posted anything like on.
That's why McLarens
Twitter.
aren't as cool as Lamborghinis, because McLarens have names like MP4-12C. Lamborghini has Diablo and Aventador and Murcielago.
That's what Tim won was an Aventador, but he's like it's $200,000 and something or some shit.
Yeah, for a used one, a brand new one's like $400,000.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna get a new one. See if he took a picture of it. Because he got it like this week. Nope. Check his Instagram.
Yeah. If you were ever gonna buy like a supercar, you had supercar money, what would you want?
A supercar?
Yeah.
A Lamborghini.
Lamborghini?
Yeah. Or an older Ferrari.
A 720S.
Yeah, those are cool cars.
That's what he got. A McLaren 720S. That's the only picture of it.
The wheel?
Because he's going to do a vlog.
You can like Google that now so you can see what it looks like. But
I don't know what one of those I would get.
Supercar wise, I would either like
Those are pretty sick.
yeah, I mean that's definitely a cool car.
The orange one is not my favorite.
But I would probably get either like a GT3 RS Porsche.
That's what Brendan Schaub has.
Yeah, those are sick.
These are pretty cool. I like these more than Lambos, but I really do like the sound of like Lambos.
Yeah, it's because the Lambo is like a V12.
Yeah. I get an R8. I like Audi.
I think R8s are trash.
Really?
Yeah, not just despite Patrick either. They literally just look like an expensive Audi TT to me.
I like them. Honestly, I'd probably get like a G-Wagon or something. I think those are sick.
I think those are kind of cool too, but that's so expensive for what it is.
Yeah, that's why I'd be like, if I just had like throwaway money, like yeah, I'd get one. But you can't just be like, I want a G-Wagon. Like yeah, it's $160,000 for a fucking Ford Bronco. Sick.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I think G-Wagons are cool.
Yeah, I think they're neat too, but it's like for what it is, I'm just like, there's
Yeah.
no reason that this should be worth anything like this. It's literally just a really fancy. I would like if I was gonna get like a super like luxury car though, I'd get a fucking Maybach, son. I'd be like Rick Ross out here.
Oh, AMGs are cool.
AMGs, I
Yeah,
like
those are
AMGs.
cool.
Swag has one.
GTRs are nice.
Yeah, a GTR.
What is this?
That is... I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I like how a GTR is considered a supercar, even though it's like 1/3 the price of every one of those other cars.
Do you like the Lexus
LFA?
Yeah,
I
it
do
is.
like the LFA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are cool.
Ooh, a Honda NSX would be sick.
I think it's...
So that's a 720S. I don't like Ferraris.
The F8 tri-turbo.
I don't like new Ferraris.
Yeah, I like the older Ferraris myself.
You don't think that's cool looking?
Not really.
I think they're sick. I do like that.
I like those. A Huracan.
Ford GT. GTR.
I like Aston Martins.
Yeah, that'd be kind of
James Bond.
Yeah, fucking James Bond.
Oh, that is
Oh,
a
nice.
NSX.
New one.
I like the old one better.
Nice.
There's an old one on Facebook Marketplace for sale.
Yeah, how much?
$125,000.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But it's so cool. I'm like, why are you even selling this on Facebook?
Well, like Facebook's where, yeah, as I say, but a lot of stuff goes through Facebook. It's because it's because it's just like the highest market of people.
Yeah. But still, it's weird. The only thing I don't like about this is I feel like the front is too long.
Well, it's because it's got a giant engine in there.
But I just don't like how like long it looks.
One thing that's weird about like seeing cars, like supercars like this, is like looking at pictures, they look like way bigger than they actually are.
Yeah, like this Porsche is tiny.
Yeah.
Like I watched Brendan Schaub like get out of his Porsche, go pick it up. I'm like, you fucking
it's
fit
like,
in that shit?
Yeah, it's like the roof line is below. It's like right here.
Yeah. But no, those I like that kind. But I don't know. None of these, like, I feel like I'd get none of these.
Of those, yeah.
The newer the newer R8s are a lot better looking than the older ones. I'll give it that.
That looks cool. I think that's... Isn't that a McLaren?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't know if I was ever like, ooh, that's cool. That old.
The green Porsche.
Yeah.
There's a cool old Porsche that's for sale here in town.
That one's cool too.
Is it the one at the dealership?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool.
That's like a 91.
That's
yeah,
cool.
see, that's like it's a 993. That's like what is at the for sale, like a 91 993.
Don't like Ferraris. Don't like Ferraris.
A Ferrari F40 is sick.
Corvette. I don't like Lamborghinis either.
This car is cool.
That car does look pretty cool. The back kind of reminds me of a Ferrari though.
You see a lot of those actually around here.
I don't think they're super duper expensive.
This is sick.
Yeah. the GT3.
Maybe if I had to pick one, I'd probably get like what you said, the
GT3 RS.
Yeah, or that 993.
Yeah.
That one's cool too. I don't like that.
What is that one? That's the 918 Spider is like the most next level car Porsche has ever made. What would be your ultimate car you'd want to buy right now? If so, you had just had unlimited budget. It's like you can go buy like what you want
An
right now.
unlimited budget?
Yeah.
A G-Wagon.
The G-Wagon.
I think they're sick.
That'd be the first car you go buy?
Yeah, because like I don't really care about going fast. I mean, G-Wagons are actually pretty quick. They're just heavy as fuck.
Skyline.
Yeah.
From Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah, see, I'd probably go out and buy like some super cool like 3-rotor RX-7 or something.
Someone's selling an RX-7 on Facebook Marketplace too, and it looks like gas.
There's a lot of
Like
RX-7s.
he did it up. Like, it's done up the way he wanted it, and it looks like shit. It's like super fucking cambered, and it looks like it's like this far off the ground. Like, that looks like shit.
A lot of people like that. I'm not one of them. Seth likes cars that look like that.
A little bit can be cool, but like too much is ugly as fuck. Yeah, I like these more than the new ones.
Yeah, I like those more than the new ones too.
Like, that looks fucking sick.
Dang, I should not look at cars on the internet. God damn it.
I've been looking at cars because I wanted to, like, start, like, a project-ish car, but I decided, I kind of lost interest in it.
There's a super perfect car if you wanted a project-ish car that would be super sick, and it's kind of rare.
What?
There's a Toyota Starlet Turbo here in town. That's for sale.
How much is it?
I have no idea.
Oh.
But probably not very much, because it lives at the Scandi Hotel by Toads. But it's like a little small 2-door, like 80s, like hatchback car. And it was like the same engine as the the older MR2s. Like, remember the old boxy MR2s? Like, not the cool, like, 90s ones, but the
not
old...
the cool ones.
Well, I think the 80s ones are cool, too. But, like, the 94, like, MR2s are way cooler.
Yeah.
But, like, it's like the late 80s, like, boxy little MR2s. So it's the same engine as that, but instead of being rear engine, rear wheel drive, it's front engine, front wheel drive. But it's like a 4-cylinder turbo 80s, like 4-wheel disc brake. Sick. Like, I kind of want to buy it, but I'm not going to.
I was looking at BMWs, like 2002s, 2003s, but I don't know. I even like...
What kind of project-ish car do you like? Are you getting it for? Like, you want to, like, what do you want?
Just fix it up, daily drive it, but have it be something that's, like, kind of fun to whip around in. So that's why I was looking at E46s and E36s.
Yeah, see, those are cool, but the problem with those is, like, now they're, like, so much older and beat up that, like, they're going to take a lot of work.
Yeah, and there's, like...
And they're expensive.
And I'm, like, I want to spend, like, $4,000 on one, like, tops. And they're like, well, it has an oil leak and blah, blah. I was like, yeah, if I dig into that, like, that shit gets expensive. So then I Googled it, and the year before the E36 is, like...
The E92
something like that. And it's like, that's like the one, like, if you can actually still work on, like, in your garage. You don't need specialty shit for it. But people want like $10,000 for it. And I'm like, damn it.
Let's say, like, the E36 you can kind of get away with it, but like the E46 and stuff, like, that's the problem with them, is like you need specialty tools to work on it.
Yeah, I told Robert, I was like, I'm kind of looking at like an E36, like BMW type, and he's like, I didn't know you were into drifting. I was like, shut up, dick.
What's wrong with drifting? Drifting would be fun. I've always wanted to build a drift car, but I never have.
That's what I'm following, like, that Donut Media, and they're doing a E36 right now, like, but it's not a drift car. He's making it like an off-road rally car.
Stuff, like a safari car?
No, rally car.
Oh, like an actual just rally car?
Yeah, he just put in like a fucking hydro e-brake on it.
Yeah. You should watch, since you're, like, watching some of their stuff, like, watch a lot of Hoonigan's build stuff, too.
Hoonigan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you like watching that stuff, like, that's why I watch a lot of when I, like, watch YouTube. That's because it's, like, a lot of it, remember back in the day when you'd be watching, like, the Saturday morning, like, I'm trying to think what channel it was on. But, like, my dad would be, like, doing his, like, bills in the other room, but, like, I'd just be, like, watching TV when I was younger. And it would always be, like, there was, like, I was like just these two shows back to back. One of them was like an off-road garage where these two guys kind of like put stuff on. Like,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and like kind of talked about the products and like obviously
still
like,
watches them.
Yeah, see, like like those shows, but like those are like not really on TV anymore. Now it's like all the shows I watch on YouTube are like all those shows. Yeah. They're like that's what they're like.
And the YouTube ones actually go into more depth of like, oh, this is how you do it. This is what you're gonna run into. This is
watch like Hoonigan's build stuff. They have like a lot of different build shows they've done, so you can like watch and like binge some stuff they've made from back in the day.
That's what I was doing with Donut. I like went back because they have like a couple. It's like series of shit, like a show, and so the one with the E36 is called Money Pit, and before that they did a Miata, and I was like, dude, a Miata would be sick to rip around town in, like, and he made it. he was like, oh, I want to make it like a track car that's like a fun daily driver. But then like towards the end, he like turboed it and did all this shit. And he got it up to like making like 250 horsepower or some shit. And like a 1,100-pound car.
Yeah.
Fast as fuck.
That's when, as I say, that's like what the problem with Miatas is like they're so dead slow that if they don't have like some form of forced induction, like they really are. It's like, that's like also why people say they're perfect, because you really can't get in trouble like on the street with it, because it's like you sound like you're rapping it the fuck out and you're going like 45 miles an hour or 30. So like you're not going to get any like major trouble or nothing in one. And they do, like, they literally are a go-kart. Like, they handle, like, on rails, so you can just, like, drive as fast as you want around any corner and not have to... And you're not really going fast enough to hurt yourself, like...
Yeah, and
I mean, you can, obviously.
And Mazda sold, like, 2 million of them in
the
States. So they're everywhere.
They're cheap and everywhere, and, like, there's lots of them.
Yeah. But I can't see myself driving a Miata.
Right, but, like, it's like, but yeah, it's like...
I'm like, it'd be cool, but it'd be like...
Yeah, but depends on what you wanted to do, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Honda stuff is super cool because it's so cheap, and like everything, you just have to drive a Honda at the end of the day. Like I guess, like I know I just drive a fancy Honda. It's my car. But
Acuras are cool though.
Yeah, it's at least accurate. But like that's always like when I had that little EG coupe I like bought from that kid, and I was like, well, I'm gonna turbo it. Bought the turbo kit, and I was just like, I need to fucking get rid of this shit. And I was like, I've had it all sitting here for this long, and I'm just like never gonna spend the money to get all the rest of it.
I think Hondas are cool. I just don't want to drive one.
Yeah, the stigma of Honda sucks, though.
And as soon as you like do anything to it and it has that Honda sound, you're like, cool. Right.
Well, see, if you like, that's the thing. It's like if you spend real money on it, and that's like the problem with Hondas is like there's so many, and like all the drivetrains like are all the same. So like everyone makes parts for them. And there's people out there who like literally like one brand is called like XS Power. It's like Amazon's brand. They literally sell like a catback exhaust for like an EG Civic for like $190.
And that's what people get.
Yeah, exactly. But if you go and get like an NVIDIA catback exhaust that's like $490 for a Civic, it actually sounds good. It's got like an oval muffler that's like meant to make it sound decent. It's not just a fart can. Like it doesn't. It makes it like
it's like Subarus.
Yeah,
you put an exhaust on a Subaru, it sounds the same. But if like the guy who has like a brand new one, he put a Borla exhaust on it, and it doesn't sound like the other ones.
Yeah, if you put nice exhaust on it, it's like. It makes a big difference.
So his problem is he's driving an automatic, so the exhaust doesn't sound good no matter what because it's an automatic. He's like, no, it's actually really good. Like, these shift really nice. I'm like, yeah, but you can't fucking like, you're just like, let me shift through 10 gears for you.
Right. That's true. Yeah. And like, that's the thing. It's like, that's why I like older stuff so much more too. It's like, you can get manual transmissions and be cool and like actually shift. And
yeah, but I think if I got a car that was a manual transmission, Becca would divorce me.
Why?
Because I just got rid of a car that had a manual transmission and she can't drive it.
She can't drive a manual? We'll make her practice.
I tried. She got frustrated.
Well,
why does it matter? She doesn't drive your truck.
Yeah, but like if I drove us somewhere and like what if I got hammered?
Make her practice.
You gotta drive home.
Uber's the thing.
Dang it, Becca.
She, like,
16-year-old girl. The girl that was the 16, 17-year-old girl who comes after high school to clean the shop now. She has a manual Jeep. Becca has no excuse.
She was good at it. Like, she wanted to learn, so I was teaching her. She backed out of the driveway and started going. I was like,
there you go.
I was like, you're literally doing it. Like, the shifts were like, but it's like, you're not
practice.
Yeah, it's not stalling. And then, like, 2 or 3 minutes into the drive, she started fucking up. And then she got, like, frustrated, and I had to pull over, and I was like, just watch me do it for a second. And then that just made her more mad. Because, like, she's like, it looks like you're not even doing anything. I was like, yeah, because I know how to drive one.
The best way to make someone learn is to like go to somewhere that's like flat and easy and like there's nothing around. And like the best thing that like the way I learned, Seth actually is the one who like taught me the main way to like, because back when he had his old dumpy Subaru, his green one, he's like, put it in first. I was like, okay. He said like, take your foot completely off the gas pedal. I'm like, okay. He's like, now take your foot off the clutch. And he's like, you're gonna feel when it's gonna start to bite, like, and you'll feel it in your foot, like the pedal will kind of go like dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
And he's like, but with this car, because it's like a little old Subaru and it's like they're torquey enough, you should be able to fully like release the clutch and it won't die, like, because it'll start putting itself along enough.
Yeah. I'll just
So like I literally did that for like 20 straight minutes. Was like just like let the clutch out and like to where the car wouldn't die when I like was getting it out. The first few times I like go too fast, so it would just go bonk. But when you get like once you get the feel of like when it's engaging, then you can start like adding some throttle to it, and then you'll start actually moving when you go.
Yeah, and then it's a timing thing.
Yeah, then it's like
you literally just hear it.
Yeah, then you just get used to it.
Yeah.
But like I have to like at work, like I suck at driving diesel manuals, dude. It's way different than a gas engine. I don't know what or why, but like I don't like because well it's not that. It's because it's a diesel. So as soon as you push the clutch in on a diesel. If you're at like 1,500 RPMs, as soon as the clutch goes in, it's down to like 300.
Damn.
Yeah, like it instantly
weird.
Drops. So if you're not shifting gears fast, like, and that's the thing too. Like that's what Patrick told me. He's like, well, the problem he's like if unless you're shifting really fast, he's like put it into neutral, blip the throttle again, and then put it into the next gear. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, then I started like doing that, and I'm like, well, I'm getting a little better at it. But like literally, like the 6-speed Cummins, like the trick too is like start in second gear, don't start in first, because first is literally like just to get you rolling. Yeah. So if you're trying to quickly get into traffic, like first stops giving you power at like 28 miles an hour. So it's like I'm just like in this truck in first, and it's just like push the clutch in, I shift, and it goes. And I'm just like, God, I fucking suck at driving this shit. But then it's like, that's what Patrick has. He's like, yeah, so he's like, you should have hit neutral, blip the gas, so that way the RPMs weren't at like 300, they were like 1,300, then you could have shifted in a second without any problem. But he's like, that's the problem. As soon as the clutch goes in, it goes from like cruising to like almost nothing. Like just the engine just goes back to idle like in an instant.
I guess I've driven diesel sticks. I just didn't realize they were diesels because like I drive the shit. I used to drive one truck at work, one of the box trucks, and it was a diesel truck. And I drove that like on the road with people everywhere. And then I drove like their Green Goblin like Freightliner.
You drove that?
Yeah.
Damn.
I backed it in and everything.
Jesus.
That's one of the ones you can start in fucking third gear. It doesn't matter. Because if you start in first, like it loses power after like 7 miles an hour. It's just like you're redlining it. And like, fuck.
You're like, ooh, this is not what I meant to do.
Yeah. That thing smoked like son of a bitch. Now Ori bought it. He's gonna sell it. But yeah, I forget those are diesels because I never had to like put fuel in them.
Good thing you never put the wrong fuel in it.
Yeah. I think I would have remembered when I went to do that.
One time when I was working that construction job when I was down in Portland, we were driving back to the shop and we were in like not a dump truck, but it was like just a hauler truck, like something like that. And we go to put fuel in it, and like the guy I was driving with, he goes and he grabs the gas pump, and I was like, whoa. I was like, hey man, I was like, this thing's a diesel. And he goes, no, it's not. I was like, yes it is. He's like, how do you know? I'm like, listen to it. Yeah. And then he's like, oh, I don't think it is, like this and that. And it's like, but like 2 days before that, Dwayne, the other guy I was talking to, like who was like the dump truck driver, he like came in, he goes, oh yeah. He's like, Jeff just picked up that other truck you guys were driving, and like the first week someone put gas in it instead of diesel. So I like go take it to the shop and get that all fixed. I was like, oh Jesus.
And then like this guy.
Then I'm like, yeah. Then I'm like, we're out here. He's like getting ready to put gas in. I was like, whoa man. I was like, this thing's a diesel. And he goes, I don't think it is. And I was like, why are you arguing with me about this? So I'm like, eventually he like looks down, like the fuel cap's on the side of the cab, like there. It's like that right where like one of the steps goes over it. But yeah, he looks at it and it says diesel fuel only. He goes, it is a diesel. I was like, I fucking know.
No shit.
And he's like, how'd you know that? And I was like, listen to it. Yeah. And I was like, it doesn't sound like. I was like, have you never like? I was like, what? I was like, where are you from? Like, you from a place that like you didn't drive, like a big city, like you lived and like people don't drive or something. You take taxis everywhere.
Everybody has a Prius.
Yeah. Like, that's what's weird about...
I can't find where to plug it in.
Yeah. That's, like, what's weird about, like, New York that, like, I never realized. Like, people that live in Manhattan, it's like they don't drive. Like, they don't have cars.
No,
like
you
it's
walk.
literally just like, and that's what's so weird though. It's like those people live in like one city, but it's like they never leave like a 6-block radius their whole like life.
But they love it.
Yeah,
Because they can walk everywhere.
it's like so weird to me.
No thanks.
I would like. I
It'd
wouldn't
be
want to live
cool.
there. I'd want to go there and see what it's like, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to like live in it. I don't think.
That's why I told Becca, I was like, the ideal spot is like the spot where you can walk to like a bunch of your favorite restaurants and stuff like that, but you have no neighbors.
Right.
So it like literally doesn't exist.
But like, but that's like why it makes more sense when you like start thinking like Daredevil and stuff, like how they're just on such a smaller scale because it's like they literally just corral like their neighborhood they grew up in.
Yeah.
Like Hell's Kitchen or like Flatbush, New York is just like a neighborhood in Brooklyn. And like Hell's Kitchen, I think, is also a neighborhood in Brooklyn or Staten Island. I'm not 1,000% sure, but that's always like, yeah, I always thought that was really interesting that people just like don't leave their little like small area.
And there's like so much shit in that area.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they never go past like say like 58th Street, and it's like if they went to like 66, like, can you imagine? It's like they find their favorite ice cream parlor ever or something.
Oh, there's too many fucking people in those places.
But yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to go and like live in a place that has like 13 million people in it.
But it'd be super sick to like walk out of your house and you're like,
How many people does live in New York City? Like if all the boroughs are counted. $8.4
almost
million.
8.5 million, and that was 2019. So
it's probably like it's probably 8.5 million people.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! How many people live in Washington?
About 1 million less than New York
So
City.
the city of New York has more people than just than our whole state
By almost 1 million.
by almost
Oregon
1 million.
has like half the amount of people that we do.
Whoa.
That's weird.
I think that there's not a lot of things in southern Oregon.
Well, that and too, the biggest city in Oregon is Portland, and Portland I think is like 2/3 the size of Seattle, if that. Like it might even be half the size of Seattle.
You know that like part of Oregon is trying to become Idaho?
Yeah, they're trying to like totally leave.
Yeah.
I
was
think
like,
supposedly
can we do
if-
that too?
Yeah, the only problem is like our whole state would be like just this corner would stay blue and the rest would all just go over.
Yeah.
But I think
They just follow this river thing right here.
Yeah, but we're in part of that river. Is the problem?
Shit. We need to go over here.
Just like cut this off.
Yeah.
Cut the peninsula off. Sorry, Tacoma.
No, not sorry, Tacoma. Get out of here.
Just like
But yeah, I've actually heard people in like Spokane and like Tri-Cities area have like tried to do that too, like try to like become part
would.
of.
We
What?
get ruled by a fucking small ass corner of the state.
Yeah.
what I think is kind of fucked up is especially now is like Northern California, like they're paying like the increased like crazy taxes of California state taxes, and they're like small town like
Yeah.
Northern
Northern
California.
California is not like Southern California.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I've been to Redding. It's nice.
But
Besides the thunderstorms and fires
Dude.
and shit.
I had to I got my fucking water bill yesterday.
That's what everybody's saying.
My water bill, because they do it bi-monthly, was $323.
I don't know what mine is. It's automatically taken out.
Oh, it's just so My neighbor told me. My neighbor's like, oh yeah, he's like, well, I've been watering my lawn. My water bill was $500 and something. And I guess like what Patrick was telling me is that the city, because we suck so bad, we don't have like any more, like we can't pull any more water, I guess, out of the rivers. And I was like, well, why don't we just pull one in the Columbia River then? Like, just do that. But it's like, so I guess we can't pull any more waters out of the rivers, even though we have like 3 rivers that converge on our town.
And Columbia River is like one
But
of
it
the
hasn't
bigger.
rained in like 3 fucking months.
That's true, but that's true too. But they're also like, I guess they're like shipping water in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
It'll even out next month probably.
Yeah.
Start fucking
Start
raining all
raining.
the
No
time.
one's gonna need the water anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. And it has been like the hottest summer it's been in like a long time.
and dry as like.
But it's the year we haven't had any fires.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there was a couple in like California and stuff, I think, but.
And Oregon.
Yeah. I think there was like one day where we got that minor like slight haze.
There was a couple days in a row, but nothing like what was that? 2 years ago. 2
years ago.
That was fucking.
We're like
terrible.
literally like walking around inside of a campfire.
Yeah.
Like working
that was fucking
in a
awful.
campfire.
That wasn't 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
I lived here. I haven't lived in my house for a year.
You were here when it was like that?
Are you sure? I thought it was at least a year ago.
I didn't think. I thought it was before COVID.
It was about a year ago. Because I was here in August.
Oh no, it did go on during COVID, huh? Because that was the only time I actually wore my mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was last year then.
Yeah.
Or a little less than last year. About last year. Oh, yeah, that shit was trash. That was the worst. Our air quality index was worse than fucking shitty China's.
Yeah, and my work didn't say anything about it. They're like, oh, well, here's some N95s. And then when I was gone, like, for my wedding and shit, they sent out an email about the upcoming hazardous air quality. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, mine just like, well, we should probably try to keep the bay doors closed. I'm like, fuck, man?
It's like, how can I?
Yeah, I literally walked through the warehouse and it was fucking smoky in the warehouse. I'm like, we can keep the doors shut all you want. It's fucking in here.
Dude, I saw this thing that China is like banning people from playing video games.
What?
Yeah. They're gonna I guess like a thing's coming where they're gonna the government's like, oh yeah, you can only play video games on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for 1 hour each night. They're allowed to play 3 hours of video games a week.
Why?
Because China's a communist government and can tell their people what and how to live. And that's why.
Maybe we won't get hacked on.
That's what I was going to say. But yeah, so that was something there's a guy's channel I watch on YouTube that's his name is Level Cap, and he talks about gaming news. And he's been talking Battlefield stuff's been coming out a lot on it. That's what it's one of the things he talked about is China is limiting its what's the word I'm trying to think of? Not community. I don't know, just its whole population or whatever. They're just limiting people being allowed to play video games in China.
They're just going to shut everyone's internet off?
Probably.
What about TV?
I think
probably fucking throw you in jail if you try it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, if you get caught. Or they just shoot you because they have way too many people.
I mean,
it's also possible.
They manufacture the gaming consoles, so they probably make Chinese only ones that have some kind of fucking time limit, auto shut off shit on it. That'd suck if you lived somewhere else and got one of those. It keeps fucking shutting off every hour.
Yeah, that's the thing I saw on this week in gaming news. So I was like, well, this is interesting. But yeah, so I was like, maybe we won't get hacked as much.
Maybe. I don't know. Everybody keeps fucking wanting our country to do shit like that. Mm-hmm. Not like that at extreme right off the bat, but it's holy fuck, bud.
It's no. It's I want the government to tell me as little to do with what I want as all.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
So the city of New York has 8 times the population as the state of Montana.
And Montana's one of the biggest states.
Mm-hmm.
I know, Wyoming's
Wyoming has 500,000 people? Because there's nothing fucking there.
No.
Yeah.
But, and what's crazy to think is Montana and Germany, I think, are the same square mileage wise, and Germany's got 80 million people, and Montana has 1 million people.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah. And then it makes me even think even more it's crazy that basically a place that's the same size as the state of Montana almost took the world over. They pretty much took over all of Europe.
Yeah, well, I mean, Europe.
Wyoming has the least amount. Even less than Rhode Island. You could probably
there really ain't shit in
30
Wyoming.
Rhode Islands.
What is in Wyoming? Like, what's the biggest city there?
I don't even know. I don't think I can tell. I don't know. What's the capital?
Cheyenne.
Yeah.
Cheyenne.
Mm-hmm.
Gillette.
They're just named after people. Cheyenne, Jackson, Casper, Cody, Laramie, Gillette, Sheridan, Rock Springs.
Rock Springs. Huh.
Weird.
So yeah, if you want to not be around people.
63,000 people in Cheyenne. That's like...
The capital.
Yeah. That's like half the size of Vancouver, I think.
Everything's cheap there. I heard a few years ago. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure it still is. It's because no one's
But,
there. No one has any money.
Yeah. Like somebody moved there. It's almost half as many people.
There's 3 times as many people in Vancouver than the capital of a state.
Yep.
Crazy.
It is crazy. And that's what like the rest of the world also doesn't. I mean, not even the rest of the world. Like the rest of our country doesn't. And look at the population like boom Vancouver had.
And it's crazy because Vancouver is like not including Hazeldale, Salmon Creek, Orchards, anything like that. It's just this section.
I was telling Sydney about how like stuff here is because like where she's from, like the next closest town with like any like. So, like, the town she lives in has about 7,500 people. The next closest town with 7,500 people is 3 hours away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where does she live?
Page, Arizona.
Mm.
Yeah. Like, and, like, Phoenix is, like, 5 hours from her. And then Vegas is also, like, 5 hours from her. So, it's literally in the middle of nowhere.
They have about as much as we do. Probably going up.
But like that's the thing I thought was the super weirdest is the fact that it's like she has like no other like because I told her here I was like she's like what are you doing? I was like well I'm in the next town over like in the center right now like getting a donut, and she's like the next town over? I'm like yeah. I'm like there's like 4 or 5 towns that all like are generally close to the same population within like 3 minutes of where I'm at, and she's like that's really weird. I was like what do you mean? And that's what she told me. She's like, well, yeah, the next town as big as the town I'm from is like 4 hours away. 2.5 hours away. That's up in like Utah, though. It's not even in Arizona.
Oh, so she's in Arizona where she gets snow?
No. It's like it's in the high desert, but it doesn't snow. But it does. She said it does get like chilly. She said it gets in like the 40s and 50s in winter.
Yeah, at night in Arizona it gets cold.
But I think in like
nothing.
Phoenix, doesn't it stay like pretty warm year round though? Like even at night, it's still like 70 degrees.
We Google the most random fucking shit.
I know. People are gonna be like, we're learning geology. Even though I think isn't that rocks?
Yeah.
So in December they get
geography.
to 44.
Yeah. So
at
yeah.
Night. 51, 64.
So it's like here, like.
Well.
Now we get freezing.
I was gonna say that's like a high for 2 months out of our year.
They get 1 day of rain in September, 1 day of rain in October.
Yeah, that was the other thing. She's like, "Oh, it's monsoon season."
We get 3 days of rain in 1 day.
Yeah.
I was like, she's like, "It's monsoon season." I was like, "What's monsoon season mean?" She's like, "Oh, like it'll rain really hard for like 20 minutes." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "That's monsoon season?" They're like, she's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, we might like around here we talk shit saying it's monsoon season." She's like, "What's that mean?" I was like, "It hasn't stopped raining for like 3 fucking weeks." And then we say it's monsoon season when it's raining so hard you can't even fucking see out your windshield when you're driving.
Yeah.
And she's like, it can rain that hard. And I was like, you're gonna be here in October. You're gonna like figure it out the hard way.
Shit. You're coming straight into the.
I was like, you're gonna come into
it.
here when it's late fall. I was like, we're gonna be hopeful that there's like a couple of clear sunny days. Like
Fucking clear sunny couple hours.
yeah, that's true
Those
too.
are hard to come by in fucking end of October, November.
But I was like, yeah, you're going to be here. I was like, it's going to be wet. It's probably going to be pretty chilly. And I was like, it's going to be dark pretty much all day.
Yup.
That's one thing that I noticed I didn't realize about Phoenix or Arizona. So where she is like the same time as us. She's not like an hour. Like they don't do daylight savings in Arizona.
Mm-mm.
But so it's the same time right now. But her and her kid were out like riding their bikes, and it was like 8:30. And it was like dark. The street lights like out and everything. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why is it so dark? And she's like, what do you mean? And I was like, she's like, it's 8:30. And I like took a picture out of the front window and it was like this. And she's like, what the hell?
The fuck?
And I was like, yeah. I was like, that's weird. I thought it like, I guess the further, but then again, I guess thinking about it, like when you're in Alaska in the summer, it's only dark for like 2 hours a day. That shit's weak when you're in Alaska for a fishing trip. It's sick because you're in Alaska for a fishing trip, but when you're there for the 4th of July, it's really weak because at like 3 a.m. when it's dark for like 2 hours, that's when all the fireworks go off in Alaska because it's the only time it's dark.
Damn. Flagstaff gets snow.
That's like up in the northern like corner, isn't it?
Their low is 17 in December. With 5 days
What's
of
the
rain.
lowest we ever get here?
I wonder if they even have like Woodland, Washington.
Probably it's the internet. Woodland Water Park.
15 days of rain.
We get more cold than that.
Ours are usually like January, February is when we get.
But it
the most
freezes though.
cold.
Like there's plenty of times where there's frost, so it's below 32.
That's just an average. It's
That's
not
true.
the lowest
Yeah.
recorded. When we were in high school, it used to be in the
Jesus.
20s, like constantly in January and shit. But I
Yeah.
don't think it's like that anymore.
Yeah, we get like no snow.
Yeah.
We never really got all that much snow. The biggest snowstorm I remember is like that year was like 06 or whatever it was.
Or this year.
This year was decent. It wasn't anything like them that time though.
This year, it only lasted like a day.
No, we had like
It
that
was-
solid snow
Yeah,
for
I
like a week.
had like days off of work because people couldn't make it.
I
had
snowplowed
one.
my truck through to work. I didn't get a single fucking day off.
I worked from home one day because I had to do training that day on my computer anyways.
But yeah, that snowstorm this year was decent. But the 06 one was pretty crappy because it like froze and then it snowed and then it rained and then it froze again. So there's like an inch of ice on top of like 8 inches of snow
And
everywhere.
it was March.
Yeah.
It was March.
Crazy ass shit. But you guys got any fun plans for this weekend? What are you guys up to?
I gotta help Jess and Cody move.
Did you buy a house?
Yeah.
What?
Wait, he bought one?
Yeah.
When? Where?
Battleground.
He didn't say anything about that in the Olympics.
No, he said that he's saving up money to buy a house. To me at the Olympics.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was already in motion at that point.
What the hell? Yeah, well, good
Unless
for
I
him. Nice.
misunderstood what he was saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought he said
I
they were
didn't
still looking for a
I didn't even
house.
start drinking at that point yet, though. So
And like in that case, he bought it, right? Like they didn't buy it together. Like he bought it.
I believe so.
Yeah. I had no idea. Yeah, no clue. Well, right on. So you're helping Jess and Cody move. That sucks. What about you?
I always gotta help
I might
everybody
get
move.
Road truck.
might get roped into fixing the floors at Becca's dance studio.
That's real
Doesn't
cool.
sound, I have to sand all the wood floors down. Yeah, it doesn't
Sounds
sound-
like a good job for the students.
I think I'm gonna get COVID.
They're gonna get COVID.
It's like, oh, I got COVID. I can't go sand those floors. It's like, all right. Well, I'll see you at work Monday then. Yeah, I think I'm gonna clean my gutters this weekend, and me and Patrick might make a trip to the dump. Get rid of some of the shit around
Well,
the
they'll
house.
be helping move Saturday too.
Fuck. Well, alright, maybe I'll just clean the gutters and stuff then.
Just borrow his truck.
He's using the truck
He's
to
using
help
it to
move.
move. Unless we go on Sunday then. I don't
He
know.
works.
Huh? I
He
think he
works.
does work. Well, that's like, maybe he let me borrow it on Sunday before he goes to work.
Well, wouldn't he have his car? Couldn't he just take
Yeah,
his
that's
car?
true. I don't know. Patrick's weird. He probably wouldn't let me borrow it. I don't know why, but I can see Patrick just being like, "Nah, I'll drive." Like, no.
Nah. I just won't go to sleep. I'll help you.
Yeah.
Some weird.
It's
shit
weird
like
to
that.
think of you driving like a truck.
Right. I mean, fair enough. Like I get it. Like, I don't ever do it, but
Yeah, but you do it for work sometimes.
no, yeah, I have to do work all the time.
Yeah. And most of those are probably bigger than his.
No, I'm just
No,
saying
like-
it's weird to see him.
Yeah,
in
like
it.
weird behind the
Yeah.
wheel of like a full size truck because the only truck I've ever owned was a half ton,
Yeah,
like
it's
single cab
fucking
short bed
slammed.
2-wheel drive. Yeah, exactly. It was slammed. I drove a lower truck for like
Yeah.
a year, and then I was like, man, this thing kind of sucks. Like it's super sick and nice, but it's like driving it all the time is not the business.
I kind of want to get a 2-wheel drive Nissan, like 90s.
hard body.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are lit.
Drift truck.
Those things are fucking indestructible too.
Hell yeah.
Like, those engines are fucking bulletproof. They might not make anything more than, like, 115 horsepower, but they will never break unless you, like, intentionally break it.
Hell yeah.
And they're chain-driven, too, so, like, you don't have to worry about a timing belt going bad. So that's why they're still, like, on the road so well.
But people want a lot for them because
Yeah, well, they're getting...
because people are like, oh.
They're starting to realize they're not, like, how good they are.
Yeah.
And used cars are, like, stupid.
I
But
know,
yeah,
still.
so, well, hopefully I'll, like, I guess I'm gonna clean my gutters. I've been neglecting it really bad. There's, like, a weed growing on my back porch. Like...
Yeah.
Like a dandelion is like a foot tall out of my gutter, so I'm like, I really need to do something about this.
That was happening at my old house too. I feel ya.
Yeah. So I got to get up on the roof, and then hopefully I don't fall off and fucking die. You guys are just gonna get done moving. I'm just gonna be in my front yard, just.
Sorry, I fell asleep waiting for someone. The pain was so excruciating.
I bet you guys, this is gonna be really shitty, and it's like I've like been here long enough now to where I kind of like talked myself through it. It's like I can't feel my legs. It's like what? And I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, you guys need to go into the house, grab the handgun, and put me down because I do not want to live like this. Call me, like someone hand me my phone because it's right over there and I can't get to it.
All right, let's
Yeah.
get.
All right. Yeah. All right. Fucking. We're out of here. I'm hungry too. All right. Follow us on Twitter @Mantuary, Instagram @Mantuary1, and if you don't hear from us next week, maybe I'm paralyzed. So.